I'm here in solidarity with all of the people who were arrested 1 year ago today in what we believe is the largest mass arrest in Minnesota history. More than 646 people were arrested on the highway below us and on the streets next to us the night after the last presidential election. And the city attorney is choosing to prosecute those cases, and so we have hundreds of people that are fighting to have the charges against us dropped, or to beat the charges in court if we can. But regardless, to stand up for our right to protest and our right to organize. In specific, most of us are folks who are, like TCC4J, active in the movement against police crimes and for Black lives. But there were lots of other organizations that were out there with us on November 4th, immigrant rights groups, unions, anti-war groups, student groups. We're all united in our continued fight for justice, for a better world, and to get these cases thrown out. It was the day after the presidential election. They were still sorting out the counts. A number of states hadn't reported their final results yet, and Trump was threatening to not accept the results if he was not declared the winner. And a lot of us saw in the weeks and months up to January 6th what him and his supporters were willing to do to make it so that our people's votes wouldn't be counted. And so last November 4th, we didn't have a crystal ball. He'd been telling us that's how it was going to be. And so we wanted to hit the streets and insist that, the people's voice be heard. And we linked that to, regardless of the outcome of the election itself, the people in this country were in the midst of a huge fight against the triple pandemic of coronavirus, economic crisis, and racism. And so that's why we came together in March. I think there were about 30 groups that co-hosted or endorsed that demonstration. And we started on the West Bank at Cedar-Riverside, where we rallied and marched here. The march entered this highway down below us and was quickly kettled by hundreds of Minnesota State Patrol. And protesters were kept on the highway for 6 hours. People were cited with public nuisance and being pedestrians on the highway. Some people had that as misdemeanors and some people as petty misdemeanors. It was a little bit chaotic. There's a number of offers. People can take deals to not get a conviction, but to settle the case in another way. And so those are being settled kind of like not in open court. Most of those are being taken care of outside of court. But there are about 400 that have been going through arraignments. We're sort of in the middle of them still. The arraignment is your first appearance in court. It's been a whole year and the people haven't even had their first day in court. But about 400 cases have made it this far without being thrown out or going to trial. That I know of, 2 people had trials, and one of those people was convicted and one was found not guilty. And like I said, a number of people have opted to, put the legal battle behind them and take one of the offers. But the majority of people are still in it and fighting the cases.